is a CBS News special report. I'm Nora O'Donnell with Anthony Mason and Vanita Nair here in New York. A ceremony is just starting at the State House in Columbia, South Carolina. Governor Nikki Haley and state officials there will remove the Confederate battle flag from a monument just outside the building. The controversial banner has flown at the State House for more than 50 years, and you can see the crowds gathered there.
A sizable crowd. Legislators voted overwhelmingly this week to take down the flag less than a month after a massacre killed 9 people at an historic black church in Charleston.
The suspect, Dylan Roof, posed with the Confederate flag for photos. Let's go to the State House now, where Omar Villafranca is standing by. Omar, supporters say this is a symbol of Southern pride. Critics say it's a symbol of slavery and racism, but it looks like both sides have turned out.
You're absolutely right. But of course, the people who want to see this flag down really do outnumber the people who want to see it up here. It's expected to come down in the next few minutes. We're waiting for Governor Nikki Haley to walk down. But let me try to paint a picture for you of what's going on here. There are gates that have been placed all around this area where the flag is. Several streets have been shut off. And we went from a crowd of a few hundred to a few thousand in just a matter of minutes. It is very packed around here. And a very, very heavy police presence. We see uniformed officers and plainclothes officers walking around here trying to make sure during this whole process there were threats sent to legislators, so of course security is going to be top of mind.
I understand, Omar, that the pole to which the flag is attached appears to have no mechanism, no winch, pulley or rope. So how do they bring this flag down?
A lot of the rope is inside of that pole, so there is a crank, and we saw the South Carolina Department of Safety kind of go up there and open the crank box, and they're getting ready to do that. They did a few dry runs this morning to make sure everything was well oiled. That's what they're going to do. We understand this ceremony is going to be solemn. It is going to be very quick as well. The second that the Highway Patrol takes that flag down, it will be put in the hands of the museum curator, and it'll immediately head to the Confederate Relic Museum less than a mile away from where we're standing.
You know, Omar, we got to this point after more than 13 hours of really heated debate, but let's take viewers back to June 17th, to the massacre at the church that killed 9 African Americans. What really triggered this debate? What started people saying it's time for this flag to go down?
What really triggered people, and pardon you hear the crowd chanting, "Take it down," was when Dylan Roof was in court and the victim's family members confronted him and said, "We forgive you." Talking to legislators in the House and the Senate, they said that really was the turning point when they realized this is no longer a political issue. This is a what is right issue. Every single member that we talked to here that voted to bring this down said that was the key moment.
I understand that Governor Nikki Haley, Omar, went out and surveyed the scene this morning. She, of course, was one of the vocal opponents of the flag who, within days of the massacre, came out and called for its removal. She was quoted as saying this morning, "No one should drive by the State House and feel pain."
You're absolutely right. She was out here earlier. This is something that she has been vocal about, but also behind closed doors. During this legislative process, she was meeting with the caucuses and getting very, very emotional. As a matter of fact, you might be able to see Governor Nikki Haley. She's dressed in white right now. She is coming out right now, and the crowd is starting to react. She's been pushing for this, and today it's going to happen.
When the governor asked the legislature to take down this flag on June 17th, and then they finally approved it, I know she used 13 pens to sign that bill into law. 9 of them went to the families of the victims who were killed at the AME Church in Charleston. Are any of the victims' families there today?
We are understanding that there are going to be some of the victim families up there with Governor Haley. And there's also people who are friends of some of those people who passed away and were killed in Charleston that are in the crowd, people who knew Senator Clemente Pinckney that are here. They're very emotional. I asked one state representative who knew Senator Pinckney very well. I said, what would he say about this? She said he would be happy, but he also wouldn't want it to be about him. He would want people to focus on the 8 other victims who passed away just the way he was.
A reminder, you are watching a ceremony out in front of the state capitol in Charleston, South Carolina, to lower the Confederate battle flag from the flagpole next to the Confederate monument. It has flown there since 2000 on a 30-foot flagpole. It had been moved there after great controversy from flying over the State House, where it was first put up in 1961 to mark the 100th anniversary of the Civil War, and many came to believe that it was flying there essentially to represent opposition to the civil rights movement. So after heated debate, it was moved to this flagpole in 2000. And I understand, Omar, that the flagpole itself will be taken down too.
That, from what I understand, will happen. There's also a small gate around it that will be removed. That will not be happening today. But Governor Nikki Haley and lawmakers we talked to say they want to basically completely remove it. In front of it, what is staying is the memorial to Confederate soldiers. And to paint a picture for you, that memorial, it is several stories tall, and it is at the front entrance to the Capitol. So you see it when you come in through the front entrance to get on the state grounds. But the flag that's behind it, that has been there since 2000, is coming down.
Since this topic came to the forefront, there had been several other proposals. There was the idea that maybe they could put the flag in a glass case. There was the idea that perhaps the flag could be bronze cast right next to this location. When you talk to people right now on the ground, what are they saying about this decision to take it down? Because what we're hearing here is that it's going to be a very solemn process. There's not going to be a lot of pageantry involved when the flag actually comes down.
Well, there's a lot of debate even where the flag should be in the Confederate relic room and how it should be displayed. That is something that the legislature is going to have to bring up. They're going to have to budget for that. They're going to have to spend money and come up with the design. It's not as simple as just taking down a flag to people here. So that's something they're going to have to discuss. And you'll see right now the Highway Patrol Honor Guard is coming towards the flag.
Let's watch and listen here, as this is a historic moment. We have just seen South Carolina's Highway Patrol's Honor Guard take down the Confederate flag, which has flown for more than 50 years on the state capitol or state capitol grounds. This has been an emotional debate that has raged most especially in South Carolina for decades. There was a compromise back in 2000 that took it down from the top of the Capitol to the grounds next to this Confederate Soldiers Memorial. And today, it is going to be removed permanently from the state grounds. A bipartisan agreement by Republicans and Democrats together.
It's interesting because this was a deliberately low-key ceremony. There was no commentary preceding the lowering of the flag, but really all the commentary came in the State House. When this flag was moved in front of the Capitol to the Confederate Memorial, it was put up with a stipulation that it would take a 2/3 majority to take it down. Well, they got that. It passed the Senate 36-3. It passed the House 93-27. So the movement to take it down was loud and clear.
Now, in terms of where it will go from here, as Nora mentioned, the Highway Patrol Honor Guard took it down. It'll be handed to a museum curator, and then it will go to the Confederate Relic Room and Military Museum. We still have Omar Villafranca standing by. So, Omar, what will actually happen to the flag once it gets into that museum?
That's going to be another debate that could spark a lot of emotion. There's some members of the legislature that maybe want it flown again. There's other people who say maybe it'll be folded up and displayed as just another relic. But that's going to be another discussion. It is going into that room, and there's going to be a lot of attention paid to how it's displayed.
Omar, what are you hearing from the crowd there?
There's a lot of, you hear but over my shoulder, a lot of people are chanting USA, USA. Just a few moments ago, they were saying, hey, hey, goodbye. But there's some people behind us that are just saying, staying quiet, and they're emotional. Some older people here realize that it's coming down, something they've wanted for decades. Some people told me they never thought they would see it in their lifetime, and they're here with maybe children. Maybe the children don't understand how important it is or how this will affect their future, but there's a lot of people talking about it and very emotional.
The NAACP has had a 15-year boycott on South Carolina's economy, in part because of this debate over the flag. There's a big national convention this weekend where they'll be discussing ending that boycott of South Carolina. This has been an issue that has been highly controversial. A debate has been raged for quite some time, and in some ways ends today, but is taken up in the U.S. Congress and in other places across the country.
We should note that Governor Nikki Haley was joined at this ceremony by former governors David Beasley and Jim Hodges, and by Charleston Mayor Joe Riley, who's also been quite vocal from the beginning about the flag coming down.
A very emotional day for a lot of people, though. A flag that has flown now for more than 50 years is finally down, and of course that pole will not be far behind it.
All right, our coverage will continue throughout the day on this CBS station and on our 24-hour digital network, CBSN. There will be a complete wrap-up tonight on the CBS Evening News with Scott Pelley. This has been a CBS News special report with Anthony Mason and Vanita Nair. I'm Nora O'Donnell, CBS News, New York.
For news 24 hours a day, go to CBSNews.com.